Hello everybody, I'm Happy Face, and I know it's been a long time, but welcome back to Tears of the Kingdom. Now, you're gonna notice, this video is not going to be like my other videos. Instead of being, a short 20-minute just gameplay of like whatever those 20 minutes of footage are, it's gonna be a lot more edited. Now, I plan to do this for most every series going from now on. There are a couple exceptions that I'll get into. Because I think this style of content works better for me, personally, to make. Where I am going to beat entire games in maybe one or two videos. So instead of seeing, a let's play, you'll see more of like a challenge run style video. Because that's just the kind of videos that I think are more fun for me to make. So uploads will, yes, be more rare, but I feel like when I upload, it's going to be a lot higher quality than my usual content. I will say there are a couple exceptions to that. If, for example, I am doing, let's say, a hardcore, I will probably do that in my old fashion because, let's be real here, you really need to do a hardcore in that kind of fashion. Also, for if you wanted to know what's going on in the background here, these are just some of the random fights that I did throughout the overworld. This episode is just going to be the rest of the shrines and exploring towns, towers, all just the overworld stuff, and the next episode will be dungeons. I hope you enjoy this new style, and I hope you enjoy the video. Now, for those of you wondering how the rest of this Hinox fight went, I will show you the, you'll see what happens. Yes, I know, it's embarrassing, I died, but now I'm going to show you what actually happens at the end of this, where I beat him and stuff. Thankfully, that was the only time I died, and I took him down with relative ease. Next, I decided to do another tower. However, this is probably my least favorite tower. It's even more annoying than the first playthrough. It's blocked up, of course it is, because why wouldn't it be, right? So you have to go underground here, and basically you have to mine. It gives you the rocks, but it still breaks all of your weapons, and it's just super annoying. It took me forever to find it on my first playthrough, so hopefully this helps. And then basically just try to orient yourself so that you're directly under the tower on your mini-map. And then once you get there, just ascend through the ceiling, and you should be good. As I was going to ascend up to the tower, though, I found a bubble frog, which I totally forgot was in here. What you're going to want to do with the gems from these guys is take him to, I forget what his name is, but you remember the monster obsessed guy from the first game? You're going to want to go to him, and his brother will be there, and he wants the gems. And you give them to him, and he'll give you monster rewards. As you can see here, I got some gems. Whenever you see those, special, big glowy rocks, you're going to want to make sure that you hit those, because they usually have good stuff inside of them. But, thankfully, I was already pretty much directly under the tower, so I just decided to run under it, and here is my ascending up. Here you can see the part of the map that I got checked off. I'm going to try to show this so that you guys can see the map, but otherwise, on to the next thing. The next thing I found myself doing was entering an upright device. This shrine, on my first playthrough, really confused me because I was, really oblivious to how Zonai tools worked on my first playthrough. So, this is one of my favorite shrines in the whole game, and you probably won't need help with it, but just in case you were dumb like me and couldn't figure it out, which is totally fine, I'm going to show you how to do it. So, you ascend through this thing here, and then you're just going to paraglide. You can make this super easy and free. It's not at all difficult. Once you get over to the other side, you need to get a ball. And the ball is, on the other side of the thing. So you got to figure out how to get over there. So what you do is you grab this thing, and you're just going to upright it. I guess. I don't know really what it's called. And when you do that, it should let you go to the other side easily. I put it in the wrong place here like an idiot, so I go ahead and move it over. So you just ascend up through this, and you can get to the other side. Now, this is why this is my favorite part of the thing. You ascend up through it, and then on the other side, you can, basically catapult the ball over, which I always found to be super fun, so I'll show you that here. After you catapult the ball, if you're lucky, it'll go into the hole. I was not here, and I had to go give it some encouragement, so I ascended back over, which you have to do anyways. And then just go ahead and jump across, and just ultra hand the ball into the hole, or you can pick it up. Either works. And then you unlock the second catapult, but this one you don't really need a ball for. But this one, you do need to it doesn't really have an upright device for it. So you've got to find one. So what you want to do is attach it to this other one that you used to get up earlier to make a huge catapult. And what this is going to do is you're going to stand in it, and then basically you'll just fling yourself across the shrine. So, yep, here it is. You hit it, and there you go. That's the end of the shrine. It was that difficult. The next shrine I came upon was Scoop It Out. Now, there was nothing interesting that happened in between this shrine and the last, so I just skipped right to it. Now, what you're supposed to do for this shrine, I think, is like make some kind of a spoon using the materials down here. Don't worry about that. Just do what I do, where you pick up the ball, attach it to the wheel, then ascend through the ceiling, take the ball off, and then just put it in the hole. It's really that simple. And it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And it took me less than a minute to do, so if you're doing it the hard way, and that's fun for you, great. If you hate this shrine, and you hate its guts, but you want the Light of Blessing, just do it this way. The next thing I did was get yet another tower, which was very uneventful. I just kind of walked up to it, and it worked. So here's the map for that. Well, would you looky here, our first actually important town of the run. I made it to Zora's Domain. I didn't really do anything here except grab the shrine that I could teleport to later, but trust me, in the next episode when I start working on the dungeons, this will be very, very important. Speaking of said shrine, the power of water. Now, this shrine is very simple. All you really have to do is just walk over to where that water was falling down from, place the battery in the right spot, and get it charged. To get it charged, you just need to make a water wheel by placing that one little piece of metal on the other side where the current piece of metal is, and it creates this cool thing, which will then power your battery. I then rode this platform using the energy from the battery up and up until I reached the end of the shrine, but I realized I missed the chest, so I decided I was going to cheese it. I just flew over, and it was it. And since this is, an amazing game that doesn't want me to get permanently stuck in areas, they automatically open the door for you once you get to the other side, so I didn't even have to worry about doing the puzzle. I'm guessing it has something to do with placing the battery there and then connecting the two chains together to make like a current. But frankly, I really don't care because all I had to do was just fly over. And then, oh no, I had to fill up my battery again. But wait, as you see here, I just recalled. So yeah, this was really not that interesting of a shrine. This was the next tower I found, but oh no, it's covered in muck. Yeah, as you saw there, it was very, very difficult to clear. All you have to do to clear that muck is just throw a splash fruit at it. You have to do a lot of that later, so it's not too bad. And of course, as promised, here's your map. After that tower, I found myself in the Akkala Citadel Ruins Cave, cleared out a Horriblin camp, and opened this chest. After getting the rest of the useful resources in that cave, I ascended to the top to do this next shrine. After completing the shrine on top of the Citadel Ruins, which was so boring I didn't even put it in the video, I went through this hole and got the amazing Fierce Deity Armor. Now, I would keep this on for pretty much the entire rest of the thing since it's attack up armor, and frankly, who doesn't want more damage? Now onto the tower that I hated by far the most in my first playthrough. You have to shoot that annoying jerk so that he'll drop the tower module, otherwise you just can't do the tower. And guess what? If he sees you before you kill him, he will just fly away and you can't do anything anymore. So yeah, it's really, really annoying. After you shoot him down, it's not that much of a problem, and as you see here, I easily got the map. Now, for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to do a battle talus. Why? I don't know. I got literally, nothing out of this, but here I am. So, prior to doing this, I did the combat training sneak strike shrine, and it was literally the most boring thing ever, so I just cut it out. And now, for what you want, the many, many deaths to this talus. That sucks. I'm dead now. Yeah. Darn it! Are you kidding me? I just completely whiffed? Oh my gosh, dude, are you serious? Well, after all of those deaths, I finally took down the talus. The next shrine I decided to take on was Turbine Power. So, this shrine is really simple. All you have to do is just attach the fan blade to the, rotating thing in the middle, and then power it, and then you use that updraft that it makes to fly up and grab all the flame emitters. After you grab the flame emitters, I advise you attach them all together so it's easier to find, but you could also just throw them all off the cliff individually. Once you get the flame emitters down, you're going to want to turn off the fan so that you can attach the flame emitters to it and make a giant spinning machine of death. Then, once you're done, just turn the fan back on and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Then I went out of the shrine and this happened. Oh my gosh, there's a giant thing. Yeah, that surprised me so much I couldn't even get the word dragon out of my mouth. Anyways, on to the next shrine. The next shrine I found was the Courage to Pluck, aka the Jenga Shrine. So the first thing I did was just grab one block out of the thing, not really caring about if I was going to knock the tower down or whatever, just so I could get that one chest, and then I proceeded to get the chest in the middle of the Jenga tower, and then I actually realized what I was supposed to do, which is make an electric current out of the Jenga blocks, which I then proceeded to do. On my first playthrough, I cheesed this shrine just by making a really long, tower out of the blocks, and then I just grabbed the ball with it. But you don't have to do that. You can just grab the blocks and do it the normal way, which is much easier. Then you power this current, it makes a platform, you can go ultra hand the ball, and you're done with the shrine. The next shrine I decided to do was the one where you make a bunch of, cars or whatever to kill these Zonai dudes for you. So this shrine is kind of easy, but you kind of have to know what you're doing, and it takes forever, because what I did was just let the cars kill them. But what you want to do, in my opinion, is bait out the dude with the, double spear, and you're going to want to kill him, and that way you can just cheese all the enemies, so even if the car, if you want to speed it up a little bit, then you can just go up by the cars and start helping them by poking them to death with this thing. Otherwise, this shrine's easy. Next, I came across Wheeled Wonders. So the first thing you're going to do in this shrine is just ultra hand this bridge up. It's really simple. Then you attach a car to the end of the bridge, and do not stand on the bridge like I did here because, well, as you can see, it didn't turn out well for me. But all you have to do is just hit this and it goes, and it really won't be a problem. Then I attached the two cars that are over there together to make one better car, and then I rode that over to the other side. And finally, you get to make the snowplow, which is by far the most fun part of the shrine. You don't have to get all the balls onto the pad, just most of them. But yeah, this is a pretty easy shrine if you know what you're doing. But if you don't, it can definitely take a little bit. Then, as I was just running around the overworld randomly, this happened. I really wish I had my genuine reaction recorded here, but I wasn't recording audio since I didn't think anything interesting would happen. Welcome to the worst tower in the game. Now, I think this is the only one where you have to do it, but you have to climb all the way up this tower. And let me tell you, it did not get any better on a repeat playthrough. Before this, I did some shrine where you had to make these, we used the water Zonai device to make, lava rocks to float across the lava. It was super boring. I just sat there and waited for a long time. It wasn't cool enough to show. This, however, is also not cool enough to show, but I went through so much pain and suffering doing this that I had to show at least some of it to you to feel a little bit better. So yeah, this is literally all you do. Just climb up this tower. It is so incredibly boring. So, because I'm so nice, I will cut out the rest of it, and here's the map. And here we are at yet another tower. I know what you're thinking. Where were all the shrines in between this? Well, I could say that there wasn't any, which would be a flat-out lie, because there was 5, and I got so incredibly bored while skimming through them, I was just like, you know what? Why not just delete this? No one's gonna want to watch this. So here we are at this tower. So this tower is a bit of a weird one. It's another one we have to get to the top, but instead of being super annoying like that last one, all you really have to do is just go across and up these, you tell me what these things are, floating platforms of interestingness. And then once you get on top of this first one, it's really difficult. You attach the rocket, you fly, and boom, you're done. Wow, so difficult. And as always, map. After doing yet another boring shrine, I decided to cash in my Light of Blessings for heart containers. So now I have a decent amount of HP, so at least I won't be getting one-shot by things. Then I took on Courage to Fall. Now, this shrine confused me so much I had to look up a tutorial because I was so confused. I knew that lasers, when they hit you, at least I assumed, would insta-kill me because, I mean, they're lasers. What am I going to expect? It's going to set off an alarm like in the movies? No. And, it's a video game. I'm probably going to instantly die. That's not how this works. So I'm going to speed up this for you so that you can see how you're supposed to do it. And, yeah. Then, this tower, really, the tower itself wasn't the challenge, it was just getting to it. I had to make this, bridge thingy and then climb up it. It really wasn't that bad. And, of course, as usual, map. Then, after doing another boring shrine, I found this tower. This is how difficult it was. Yep, I literally just walked in. Next, I did what may not be the most difficult shrine, but it certainly is one of the most fun. Ride the Wind. Now, this first part is very easy. You just fly through some lasers. And then, the one thing that I don't like about this shrine is that sometimes, like, here, when looks like I'm trying to slow my fall, right? And then, with the paraglider, but I don't see the fan, and then I get stopped. So, yeah, there's a couple of really easy Zonai dudes down here, but otherwise, this shrine is super simple. Now, I know I said that last shrine was fun, but my favorite shrine has to be a launching device. Because guess what? It's the rocket shrine. Now, this first thing, yeah, you already know what I'm doing. I'm shooting this target with a bomb. Is it probably easier to do it with a rocket? Yeah, but it never gets old that you can just shoot those with a bomb. Now, for this next part, you are supposed to put a rocket on the minecart and go forward. So I did that, kind of, but I didn't go forward. I went a different direction. I went up. Now, as you'll see here, it worked actually really well. I did not expect it to work, but it did. I didn't even have to do it the right way. I got to do it my own way. And you know what? For my favorite Zonai device, I think I needed that for this shrine. Okay, I think some context is needed for Built to Carry. Now, I'm a very stubborn person, and if I know something will work, I will do it. So, like, for example, when I'm fighting a boss under-leveled, I am going to continue doing it because I know it is theoretically possible, even if it takes me an hour where I could have just gone to the other area and done something else. So I did that for this shrine by trying to throw this ball off the cliff because I didn't remember how to do this shrine legitimately because it took me forever. So that didn't work, and trust me, I tried a lot. Like, a lot. Like, this recording session, I went in here, I had an hour through the recording session. I was like, it's a long recording session, but, I'm sure this shrine won't take too long. This footage ended up being an hour and 28 minutes. This took 30 minutes of me trying this. I cut it up for you because I did not want you to be that bored. So, eventually, I decided, alright, I'm not going to be able to do it with just the raw ball. So I went further into the shrine to grab some sticks, which, as you see here, was also not fun. But, hey, at least I managed to do a little bit of something with this, and I got super close. So I tried again, and finally, after 30 minutes, I got this. Again, this was the recording where I didn't have any audio, which is kind of sad, because I really wish I could show you guys what my reaction looked like. But that's okay, because at least I beat the shrine, right? Next, I decided to take on this tower, which I think I probably could have just swam across and climbed up the thing. But I don't know if I had enough stamina for that, so what I decided to do was build this giant tower, bridge thingy, and then I placed it right here, and then just climbed up it. It was really simple. Unfortunately, I got a Blood Moon cutscene in the middle of this, and of course, here's your map. The next tower I decided to do was the one that's like buried in snow here. The first thing I would do is find the cave right here. And then once you go into the cave, you have to just put one plank of wood and ride it downstream. And then once you get to the bottom part where you've got to ascend, just use the same strategy you've used for some of the other shrines, where you place the piece of wood right under where the tower is on your map and then just ascend through it. And it's that easy. Also, here's your map. The next tower I decided to take on was this one, where you have to teach this guy how a lift works. So, this tower is broken, and the guy who needs to fix it doesn't know how a lift works. So just attach that one piece of wood right there, attach 3 of these metal boxes together, place them on the piece of wood, and then just that's really it. Then it'll just bring the guy up, you talk to him, and he fixes the tower for you. And I believe for the final time, here is your map. And because this recording session was different, I finally have audio back, and this is my initial reaction to finally getting a blessing shrine. Hard to pull up the Master Sword, and I don't have enough. Yes! Finally, a blessing shrine! Safe to say I was very happy about this, and good thing too, because the next shrine I did was not very easy or fun, which is a sliding device. This might be my least favorite shrine because it's just so boring. First thing you have to do is wait here for like forever until a sled comes down, and then you can recall it. And then you have to go into this giant sand pit and get fans and a sled and a steering stick so that you can steer it across the sand. It sounds really easy, and it is. The only annoying part is the fans are slightly far out, and the sand is always pushing you back, so you kind of have to fight against the current. But I just used Ultra Hand's super long range to deal with it, and it wasn't that bad. So Gerudo Desert is one of the most annoying areas in the game. So welcome to the official Happy Face certified how to get through Gerudo Desert easily. So ride that updraft, climb up this rock thingy, and then when you're at the top of this rock thingy, face Gerudo Town, and then just try your best to go straight towards it. You will hit the Desert Rift, which is a bit irritating. So as you see where I did here, I just kind of went around it. And then from there, just keep running and keep running and keep running. And eventually, you'll find either some more updrafts or something that'll give you kind of a location of where you are. So then just keep flying and eventually you'll get there. So I cut out a lot of super boring shrines here, but I had enough. I had 3 more upgrades at the statue. And I just decided, you know what? I don't really care about the Master Sword. I would rather just make a stronger fuse weapon in this game. So I just got extra heart containers. I'm not going to bother getting the Master Sword here. Yeah. So the next episode will be all of the rest of the game. So I might do some more shrines. We'll see. But it'll probably be me doing all the side quest, all the dungeon quests, and maybe some side quests that I want to do. Things like that. I will be going to the depths for the first time. And yeah, it will be a lot more interesting. And I plan to do videos in this style pretty much all the time in the future, unless it's like a hardcore or something. So with that, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope this video made your day a little bit better. If it did, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.